Love it, love it, love it. This is actually the first time in this whole lockdown where I actually feel like a human being again. Like, I have been so scruffy. I'm sure my husband is like, who is this woman? Like, what? Okay, let's just get straight to the video. So from the title of the video, you guys know this is about C-sections. So I've had 2 C-sections. This is my second one, although this is my first living child. This is my second C-section. My first C-section was an emergency C-section and it needed to be done now. Obviously I battled with the whole, having another C-section because my first one was so traumatizing and I just didn't know what to expect, because apparently every C-section is different, just like any pregnancy is different. And so I was still scared, okay, because the recovery is crazy, guys. It's crazy. So first and foremost, I know when people say, oh, I'm giving birth, via C-section, people think it's easy. It's not. Giving birth in any form of method is not easy. Vaginal birth is not easy. C-section is not easy. There is no easy way to give birth. And that's why I applaud all moms. Bringing a child into this world is such a hard job. However you may have done it, girl, you did it. You did it, and that's major. And speaking on major, having a C-section, guys, is major surgery. Although it's common and it's done every day by doctors, and they tell you, oh no, it's easy for them, but it's a major surgery. You're literally cutting into layers and layers of your abdominal skin, and by layers I mean you're cutting through muscles, tissue, tendons, you name it. And girl, it's hard, but it's doable. Okay, so this video is about 10 tips how to heal from a C-section. So these are basic tips, and I will do my how to heal your abs from a C-section once I've healed mine. I just want to see if I can do it the second time around. I did it the first time around and it worked out. So let's see if we can do number 2, and I will do a video on that and how you can heal your abs, get your core back, because girl, it's tough out here. Postpartum is tough. Tip number 1, when they tell you it's time to get moving, you can move now. Please move. Get up and move. You're going to move so it's going to be like turtle movement. You're going to move so slow, but you're moving regardless. And the reason why you need to get up and move as soon as possible is because your body needs that gravity just to get things going. So you need your blood to flow, you need your bowels to flow, and should your bowel movement go back to normal, that's a sign that everything is a-okay. Tip number 2. So this tip is for when you're at home now and you need to adjust to home life. So the doctor is going to send you home with some goodies, some feel-good medication, which is your pain medication. Girl, I know you're trying to be strong, but you need to take this medication. I don't mean take it once you feel the intense pain. Take it before you feel the pain so you don't go through the pain. So take the pain medication when you need it. And actually it says on the packages of the pain medication, so they'll say every 3 hours, every 6 hours, whatever it is, take the pain medication when you're supposed to take it and when you feel like you're going to need it. Do not be a steering. This is not a movie, okay? You're recovering from birth and you're allowed to be on medication. I know you're worried about, would this medication affect my breastfeeding? Would it affect my baby, my recovery, how I feel overall? Yes, obviously you're gonna feel tired, but it's way better than feeling a lot of pain. And no, it won't affect your breastfeeding. Let your doctor know that you're planning on breastfeeding, and obviously they'll give you the right medication for you. Tip number 3. Wear high-waisted panties. I know this sounds like, what? Girl, what are you talking about? wear high-waisted panties, because a bikini waist literally cuts on your incision. This sounds like nothing. It sounds like, oh, it's a panty, you know. Wear high-waisted. When something rubs on your incision and it hasn't healed, it stings. And it actually makes it takes longer for your outside scar to heal because of all the friction. So either wear the mesh panties that the hospital gives you and get yourself some at Baby City, or buy high-waisted panties. If I were you, I would wear the high-waisted. It doesn't touch the incision at all. Keep the scar as dry as possible. So after pregnancy, the first thing you want to do is literally just freshen up, and because you feel dirty, man, like not after pregnancy but after giving birth, because you just feel like, oh, I'm sweaty, it's been a long day. Don't take a bath. Like, I would say don't take a bath for the first month. I don't mean don't clean yourself. I mean don't take a bath. Like, don't take a luxury bath. Take a shower. Keep the scar as dry as possible so that it heals faster. And so another tip that I would give you is keep the scar dry with a pad. So what I do is I'll put a pad against my scar and my panties on top of that, so it holds the pad in. And yeah, it keeps the scar dry like perfectly. My scar actually healed so much faster this time around when I did that than when I just let it be. Tip number 5, at home, don't try be a superhero, super mom, super wife, whatever. I know that's what you want to be. You want to be perfect, you want to do everything for your baby, but you can't. The heaviest thing you can lift after a C-section is your baby. So please take the help that is offered to you, or ask for help if you need it, because lifting up heavy things is not good for the healing of your scar, and that's the healing internally. So everything looks fine on the outside, but internally you still need to heal, and that takes way longer. Even after the 6 weeks, you're still healing, because they tell you that, oh, after 6 weeks you should be feeling okay, or you should be good to exercise, but you're still healing, because remember, it's like layers of skin and muscles that need to recover. So please don't lift anything heavy when you get home. Some movements are off limits. For example, you can't bend too low. Like, you can't go all the way from up here and then just bend. Like, those movements are off limits. Getting out of bed, like, you can't pivot yourself up anymore just like that, because your core muscles have been cut. So you need to literally roll over and then get out of bed. So you need to see what type of movements cause pain, and just try stay away from that. Also, I would stay away from trying to exercise like on the 6-week mark. Just some exercises are off limits, just like jumping rope or like jumping jacks when you're still healing from a C-section. So just Google what movements you can do. Unfortunately, not everyone is the same. So one person might heal faster than you might feel pain, they might not. So Google what's best for you and what would make your C-section scar heal faster. So some movements are off limit. Tip number 7. So I know that people say that you should tie your belly up after giving birth, and this will flatten your tummy, etc. Yes, it might be true for some people. I personally haven't tried it because I've had 2 C-sections, and my thing is, when I do bind my belly before the 6-week mark or before the 8-week mark for me, I find that my scar is just so painful. Like, it puts a strain on my scar, and it just like makes the healing so much difficult than it is if I just leave it for the first 8 weeks. So belly binders might be off limits for you. Don't feel like bad or whatever. I've figured out a way on how to use a scarf in the meantime. Number 8, protect your scar. This sounds like a weird one, but what I mean by protect your scar is sneezing and laughing is a difficult thing after a C-section. Okay, and you need to protect your scar as much as you can. So when you do sneeze or laugh, just put your pillow against your scar and sneeze, or just crouch when you sneeze or laugh. It sounds weird, but trust me, it is something that works, and you're gonna need it, because laughing or sneezing is so difficult when you're healing from a C-section. Number 9 is accept help or get help. And what I mean by this is that there's some things that you won't be able to do by yourself, and mainly because your pain medications are going to make you super uber tired, and especially if you're also breastfeeding at the same time, you're going to be tired all the time. So get help from a family member, your mom, your dad, whoever can stay with you for the first 2 weeks. That's when you're really going to be dependent on the people around you. For example, my baby would stay on my husband's side in his cot, so he'd stay by my husband's side in his cot, and whenever he'd cry, my husband would lean over, take the baby out of the cot, and pass him to me, because I can't be leaning over 300 times with a raw scar. So that was major help. Tip number 10, last but not least, is get some sun. Hydrate a lot. Hydrate, and don't forget your pain medication. And yeah, that's it. Those are the basic recovery tips. If I've missed anything, or you have a tip that you can give some of the moms on my channel, please leave a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I'll see you in the next video.